Grown-ups ask children all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? But how many of us actually help them find out what's the career path that suits them or what educational path will help them shine? In today's video, I'll walk you through an innovative program called TruSpark that might help. Stay tuned and make sure to check my website for a chance to win 2 TruSpark assessments and curriculum. Hi there, this is Laura from monkeymom.com, helping you choose the best homeschool materials with reviews and tips for homeschoolers. If you're new here, consider subscribing and don't forget to grab my free printable from the resource library linked in the description below. This video is part of a full review that you can read on my blog. A growing fear of mine has always been that I won't be able to help my son when it comes to deciding what career path to pick and how to explore it. That's why I was very curious about the program that TruSpark just launched. So when they offered me a copy of their curriculum and assessment to review, I was delighted. Let me tell you a few things about TruSpark before we get started. TruSpark is a new career exploration program aimed at teens, but the technology behind it has been used and developed for over 60 years. Their model has been successfully used by leaders from NASA, IBM, Disney, and more. TruSpark is a narrative-based tool that makes it flexible and personalized to each individual. It's a great introspection tool that guides kids into analyzing their inner drive to find out what motivates them. Here's how. The kids will have to write 2 short stories, 2-3 sentences long only, that make them feel good about themselves. Based on these 2 stories, the program will then ask some questions about what was important for them in those moments and how it made them feel. Once they finish selecting their preferences, TruSpark will show them their top 3 core motivations plus career suggestions for every one of them. By using their partner tool, Own It, the kids can explore each and every career suggested and more. Through the TruSpark curriculum, kids understand better why introspection is important by getting examples from their favorite characters like Superman or Lucy from the Chronicles of Narnia. TruSpark can be used at home or in a group setting like a school or co-op. You can really go beyond with TruSpark and analyze your child's core motivations and even hidden aspects of them that could hinder their motivations. TruSpark's main goal is to find your core motivations. But what are the core motivations? These are all the things that we are good at, that makes us feel good when we do them. It's everything that drives us every day. After going through TruSpark's curriculum and assessment for me and my son, I was shocked at how accurate the results were. I decided to ask a close friend of ours to take it for her daughter, who is the opposite of my son when it comes to personality traits. And their results were extremely accurate as well. I'm showing you the results my son's got. You can see more examples on my website. To further understand the whole core motivation thing, I decided to analyze every one of my son's top 3 core motivations and to translate those into our studies. You can see more about that in my blog post, but it's been eye-opening. For example, for his core motivation of expert, I noticed that sometimes perfectionism can come in the way. For explorer, his possible downside could be a lack of depth and getting easily bored. And for his visionary core motivation, he sometimes loses the grip on reality, what's immediately doable and what's not. I think these are very important points to keep in mind even before choosing a certain curriculum or materials for my son. They would also explain the way he reacts to certain situations, and overall they just help me understand my son better. I can see how TruSpark could open a door to a lot of career and educational path exploration and more. Here's what I love about it. It's surprisingly accurate. I have played around with similar websites and they all seem to have a standard answer: you're awesome in so many ways. They are just personality tests which are only part of the planning you need to undertake when choosing a career. There is so much more tied to it. When I've got the TruSpark results, I was actually nodding my head because they all rang true to me. My son's results reflect accuracy as well. I was pleasantly surprised to see them. It's easy and quick to use. It won't take you weeks to complete. A few hours are enough and you get the results. Their curriculum makes kids understand why these steps are important, and it's easy to relate to. It's great for understanding motivations. I feel that after going through the curriculum and assessment, I have a better understanding of what drives my son. It's great for introspection, but also helped me as a parent to see what drives and motivates him. So now I can keep his core motivations in mind when choosing schoolwork or a teaching style. This was awesome, since TruSpark also helps homeschool parents to find better ways to motivate their kids. Knowing what drives your kids through every day, what brings them joy, and what are their biggest strengths and possible weaknesses will definitely help you plan better. It's also an awesome tool that encourages teens to self-exploration, decision-taking, planning, and even acceptance of the way they are. Once they know what drives them, it will be easier to just accept they will probably never like doing some stuff as much as other. As you've seen above in my short analysis, it's also a great starting point to actually find the things in your core motivations that might pull you down from being your absolute best. TruSpark is a great start for career exploration. I honestly didn't know where to start with this, and I feel that this tool has opened a whole new world into career exploration for us. While always knowing that my son would end up working in STEM, I didn't know details about all the fields and what each of them entails. It's still early to decide, so we will definitely be back in a few years to retake the assessment and see if anything changed. It offers multiple angles of looking at career and educational paths. Until TruSpark, I have never heard of Own It before. I think it's an awesome resource to use, and it really has all the details about a future career. It truly helps children explore careers from multiple angles, including the educational path and even the payment they could expect per year, or how much demand there is for a certain field. By using these resources, I feel that we really took the guessing out of my son's future path, and now we can truly focus on what drives my son as a person, to increase his strength, get him to specialize where he will be self-driven to grow. As I mentioned, this also puts into perspective his weaknesses. I now know where we need to work more. Aside Own It, TruSpark also offers links to other resources that you can use to enrich this curriculum. This program truly encourages research and proper planning, something I feel that many people lack, including myself. I think it's an important skill to have for long-term plans. TruSpark really encourages teens to consider all angles and create a solid plan, maybe even a backup plan when choosing their possible career. No more stumbling in the dark without the clear goal in mind. Now on to what I found lacking in this program and what can be improved. While this is a great overall tool, I feel that it could be developed a bit more. I love the direction it's going, but since it's aimed at middle schoolers and high schoolers, it would be great if it focused more on the educational path. You can absolutely work down from career suggestions to the educational path you need to get there. Another lesson treating just how many options there are to pursue their studies would have been great. It's US-centered. Unfortunately, not all countries have such a well thought out system. Own It is an important part of TruSpark, and I think that TruSpark could improve their reach greatly if they at least looked into similar services to suggest for every continent, if not multiple countries. Nevertheless, I appreciate the wealth of information they offer, and these will definitely come in hand when exploring possible career paths and possible educational paths, even if we won't end up doing them in the USA. My rating is 4.5 out of 5 stars, just because this program has a lot of potential. I hope the guys over at TruSpark will add more to their curriculum and resources in the future. TruSpark is an impressive program, and we will most definitely come back to it over the years to reassess and replan our route. It's hands-on the best and most comprehensive career path exploration program for teens out there. I love the fact that it offers us the possibility to just get a well thought out direction in which we should be going, being so much more than just a personality test. Also, the fact that it has all tools rolled into one is an added bonus for us. That way we can explore at leisure and compare multiple choices. I hope my review helped, and don't forget to visit my site for the giveaway hosted by TruSpark, where 2 winners can get access to their curriculum and assessments. If you've enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Until next time, stay curious.